listen to Sean Thompson tell me a story about just about anything, but especially professional surfing, a world champ, walking us through all the great storylines into this season on the World Surf League Championship Tour. Sean, a world champ from the late 70s and still the biggest surf fan. He'll be watching this one. L.Fioravanti taking on Griffin Colapinto, USA versus Italy for a spot in the semifinals.
Leo currently edging out in front of him as far as rankings go. Both have made the cut, so this is just a hit of bravado right now.
Griffin will take the first wave. Leo's one of the toughest to start against, and he just choose this one to get things started down the line, attacking the lip well there. Mid-face snap to try to get down the line for a finish. Gets there in time, but doesn't right away.
In this affair against L.Fioravanti, great looking wave here for Griff. Just kind of tweaks out that carb there, really drives hard off that back foot, lays into that second turn. I absolutely love that. Straight into that bottom turn. Checks for this end section, generates speed, gets to it late, but unfortunately can't hold on. Couldn't quite project out of that end turn, but these first two turns were super spicy. Love how he tweaked out that carb, really drove hard off that back foot. Comes around here, lot of spice on this turn. Beautiful, that's traditional Griffin Colapinto right there. Fins out the back, lays into that second turn. Those first two turns are where the bulk of the points are. Love how he transitions straight into this next turn here. This is when it all starts to unfold a little bit, but there was damage done out the back. Just got to that section super late there for Griffin Colapinto. You can see as he landed.
You know, can hit all those points I just mentioned too, but there seems to be, especially after the wave he rode at the box, sort of this unscripted formula that he can reach to, kind of a heart type surfer, passion over a formula at times is Leo. He's gonna get things started. Just starts off with a quiet hook, staying full on the face, has to keep a higher line here. Now the Italian trying to get through a really challenging convergence, and he will explode.
Leo went for it, and he thought, you know what, I want the big points. He was surfing for an 8 on this wave, unfortunately got the fall. Loved this first carb, really held the rail all the way through. Carries so much speed through his turns, he really generates speed out of nowhere. That's one of his superpowers here, but look at that wall of white water.
Yeah, the ocean just sent me that wave. I felt like God was on my side, and I don't know, it worked out, and yeah, hopefully we can keep it going. It's really fun out there right now.
Leonardo Fioravanti, big end section, attacking it with a beautiful line, and somehow hangs on.
No way. My hands are in the air. That was crazy. Wow. Oh, dial in the replay. I'm excited for this one. Leo, he is just looking so smooth and in control. Probably the best I've seen him ever in competition form. Look at this end section coming back at him. Huge. Upside down, almost floated. He just appears out of nowhere there for Leo. He went from getting demolished on that last one to going up with the lip, using that power of the wave to project out in front of the foam. Holds on, disappears completely. He's gone right now on your screen. He is gone. And then all of a sudden, out pops Leonardo Fioravanti on what was a crazy end section attempt.
That was gigantic, Kaipo. It probably looked even bigger from where you're watching.
I feel like a competitor can, you know, let that get to them, and it gets in their headspace, and then it becomes this ultimate melting pot for a competitor. But for a champion, they walk away from that and be like, you see what I bring next.
Rolling into this under priorities, Fioravanti seeing something here, lays that rail over, great connection. There's that precise type rail work that he can deliver with a lot of speed and knowing how to end with a beautiful turn. He finishes on his feet in back-to-back waves.
It shines through his competitive ability. Bit of a smaller wave to his last one, but surfed it so beautifully. How is that carve? Just holds it all the way down, and again, generating so much speed from maneuver to maneuver. Gets up there again on a really big end section, coming straight towards him.
And even with the uncomfortable results he had this year, he's like, I feel great. I don't know what's happening. And he's really open about it. He'll even write a personal journal and post it on the internet. He just wants to inspire, share the story of what he's going through. He's sharing the story with us now on this wave. Griff on the windup. Big arc. Great start for the Californian. Big section attacking off the lip, and he gets exploded off the bottom. Tried to really lift off the top of a meaty end section and almost came down with it. Let's see what happened on this one.
Oh, I thought we were going to have another excellent score here. This really keeps me on my toes here for Griffin Colapinto. Beautiful first calf. So much speed generated through it. Look at that wall. He holds on for so long. It's about there. He really does get knocked off. This slow-mo is going to give us a better example of just how much water was coming his way. Uses that technique, same as we saw from Leo, went up and over, hit it with speed. He comes down with the foam here, holds on, but that right coming back at him, if thinking about if he had have completed those couple of rides, he would have 8s and 9s in his lineup as well. So it really is just trying to find that mastery of that end section right now, but he's looking again.
Leo shattered him with priority, but he's going to let Griffin go on this one. Just set up work, looking for something big. Spring loaded, full rotation, and a perfect landing for Griff. He is a magic maker. Where's the formula? It's unscripted. Colapinto chasing a 9.4. Let's have another look.
This was out of this world. This was huge. He comes into this wave with so much speed. He checks this turn. He goes, you know what? I'm going to go big. Widens that stance. Big section. Wow. Lands full air rev. Nose to the beach. Just so much spin. Really just so much height here for Griffin. That was excellent, excellent surfing. Griffin Colapinto, he needed a 9.4 and gets himself a 10-point ride here. So Griffin just making magic happen, just like we were saying he does. He's found that flow state. Look at that air, just a full, complete rotation there for Griffin Colapinto. 10s across the board from all of our judges.
That's what you call a perfect 10, when every single judge doesn't hesitate with that number. We've been really just loving all the different versions of punts the last few days. To see him do this at main break, nothing short of astounding. Watch this up and out for Griff. So the 10 takes him to the lead.
This was the one to watch. I mean, they've been two of the standout surfers all event, but it was the exact matchup that we thought we were going to get. It was fireworks, it was alive, there was energy, and these two put in an absolute show, and I enjoyed every single minute of it.